Troops for deportations? Trump's bold plan enters uncharted territory. Whoa! This could change everything in immigration enforcement across the country. Hello everyone, welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. I'm Napasa, and today we've got a major story developing at the intersection of immigration, the military, and the law, and it's taking us into what experts are calling uncharted territory. So here's what's happening. The Trump administration is now considering a bold and unprecedented move using the National Guard for immigration raids and deportations deep inside the United States, not just at the border, but in cities and communities across the country. The Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, has asked the Pentagon to approve a request that could bring 20,000 National Guard troops into action, working under what's known as Title 32 authority. That means the federal government pays for it, around $3.6 billion a year, but the troops still report to state governors. Now, here's where it gets tricky. The idea is that National Guard members from red states like Texas, Florida, Louisiana, and West Virginia, where Republican governors support tough immigration policies, could be deputized under ICE's 287G program. That's a program that lets state and local law enforcement partner with ICE and carry out immigration enforcement duties after receiving proper training. But here's the twist. These troops could potentially be sent into blue states like California or Maryland, where the governors are not on board. Governor Gavin Newsom, for instance, has been vocal about rejecting the use of his state's guard for immigration raids.
You know why I'm vacationing in Dubai right now? Because I stopped drowning in RFEs, intake calls, and late-night filings. I used to hire freelancers who barely knew what a G28 was. Total chaos. Then I found IMMI Support, virtual immigration paralegals trained in real case prep, DocketWise, and USCIS workflows. Now my calendar's clean, my clients are happy, and my firm runs while I relax. You can hustle or you can outsource smart. I chose freedom. I chose IMMI Support.
So how would this even work? According to Stephen Miller, a key Trump advisor on domestic policy, the plan would be to ask red state governors to lend their National Guard troops, who would then operate in other states without needing permission from the governors there. It's kind of like Virginia doing the job in Maryland if Maryland refuses. Legal experts are saying this pushes the boundaries of how the National Guard has ever been used. In fact, some say this could lead to a major legal showdown, not just between states and the federal government, but between states themselves. Now, the 287G program, which started in 1996, was mostly used at the local level, with sheriff's offices and police departments, joining forces with ICE. Under President Trump, that program has been expanded again after being scaled back during Obama years due to concerns over racial profiling and inefficiency. Currently, ICE has 338 new partnerships under the task force model, including some with state military departments. But experts point out that using this program to let troops across state lines for immigration enforcement has never been tested in court. And there's more. If red state governors agree to send their troops across borders, there's still the issue of legal limits. One former DHS lawyer said this idea wasn't even considered during his time there, and another constitutional expert warned that it clashes with the founders' intentions. According to writings in the Federalist Papers, one state's militia wasn't supposed to do law enforcement work in another state without its consent. But what if states push back? Well, that's where the Insurrection Act comes into play, a rarely used federal law that gives the president power to use the military, including National Guard troops, for law enforcement without needing a governor's permission. In fact, President Trump has already invoked federal control once, back when he deployed 4,000 California National Guard troops to Los Angeles. That happened during widespread protests tied to his immigration raids. Local leaders and Governor Newsom objected strongly, calling it a federal overreach. But a U.S. appeals court recently sided with Trump, saying he had the authority to do so to protect federal agents and property. While the court emphasized that Trump isn't completely beyond legal review, for now he retains control of those troops. Governor Newsom fired back, saying Donald Trump is not a king and not above the law. But for now, the deployment stands. So, what does all this mean? So now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the idea of using National Guard troops from red states for immigration enforcement in blue states? Do you think this is a bold solution or a step too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you found this breakdown helpful. And hit that notification bell so you never miss another big immigration update. I'm Napasa, and this has been Immigration Talk Show. Stay informed, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.